Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, I'm Menoscain and this is the Italian Pod. As always, with me are my co-hosts from Mexico, Eagle Ceres.
Hola, everybody.
And from England, Will Smith.
Hello. Hello.
Hello there. So how's your weekend been, guys?
Bit cold, but can't complain too much.
Mixed.
Mixed.
Crushing loneliness as always, but I made a progress thing on the old moonshining front.
Yeah, you hear it first here. There's gonna be a new moonshiner in Britain very soon. Of course, if instead you hear about a new apocalyptic wasteland popping up in the middle of Leicester, you know where that comes from.
Oh yes. Well, the still arrived, but the still was But the still was broken.
So you had to patch it up.
So I had to patch it up because I got skills. Some of them are actually useful and worth paying for.
Yeah.
But to get everything all lined up properly, which I didn't manage to do, I left an important seal at work.
Oh.
So I had to improvise to prevent hot steam being leaked everywhere.
Ouch.
Then I put water through it, and then thought, okay, I'm getting some debris, but it was worth it to put water through it. Then I discovered that there's some corrosion bits where they've welded the cap, the retaining lug catches on.
Oh, so that's why. Oh.
Yeah, I noticed that this morning because I left the water in overnight because I didn't fancy moving a 20-litre pot of hot water everywhere because
ouch,
that could have been nasty. I mean, and then I looked on it, I thought, "Whoa, there's debris in there. There's little bits of something."
And you pick it up with your hands.
Oh no! This was in the morning when it was nice and cool.
Oh, okay.
Then I noticed, what are these marks here? Oh, it's starting to rust. So I've got a couple of options. Decide what I want to do. I know it never ends. But
this is what you get when you buy Chinese, man.
Oh yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean, for the price I paid, I can't complain too much.
Yeah. Speaking of things that are shoddy side options of the real thing, like pallid, lifeless imitations of the original, like most things made in China, today we're talking about remakes, adaptations, and stuff like that, all made in Hollywood. And we have a list today, courtesy of Dean of Geek. We thank you very much for this list, guy. Is very extensive. We're going to go through each entry on this list today, talk about each one briefly, and we're gonna ask ourselves and you. We want to hear your comments, your opinions. We're gonna ask just why. Just why. Okay, Eagle, you have the list too? Will?
Yep, I've been making some notes how I feel about the various things.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go in order. So, the first movie is Ace Ventura.
Yes, this is all alphabetical, by the way. Not in any. It's the only order this is in.
Yeah.
Before anyone goes, oh, but this is coming out later this year. Why did you mention it after the thing, which isn't coming out till 2020 or whatever? So
it's
yes,
from A to Z, guys. A to Z. So, Ace Ventura, without Jim Carrey attached. It's an auto fail for me. It's an automatic fail for me. Because Jim Carrey made that character.
The thing is, to make an Ace Ventura, you need to get another comedian that has the same style of old Jim Carrey before he started being actually a proper actor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's not only a style. They have to find someone that has the same control of his body as Jim Carrey. Can you think of another comedian alive today that has the same control of his body? That man is slapstick incarnate. Find me another man that can do that.
That's the thing. Yeah. Right now, modern comedians are more about the political. They're not about just general funny because I'm physically funny.
Amateurs.
Yeah. We've people like to think they've moved on from slapstick, thinking it's quite childish. But slapstick done right is makes everyone laugh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also the fact. Yeah. So sorry. Yeah. Slapstick.
Yeah, so it's why some of Buster Keaton's stuff still holds up. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, it's also the fact that good slapstick is very hard to do. Not even most cartoons do slapstick right. The kings of slapstick were Tom and Jerry, but you see so many cartoons that don't get slapstick. They think it's just about showing violence. They don't really get that.
No, it's not. That's for another rant. Well, this one could be quite. The next up on our list.
You get the right actors and comedians, and they actually do the stuff right.
Yeah, but it's going to be compared to the original, which all of these will be.
Yeah, all of these will go.
Some of the ones on the list do warrant a remake, but the next one on our list does not.
No. We have Akira. This is like the adaptation of the anime movie, which was an adaptation of a manga that had already a confusing finale of its own. So they're going to remake, like a live-action movie of a confusing anime movie based on a manga with a confusing ending, and Christopher Nolan is in talks about directing Akira.
Well,
we need to go more confusing.
Yeah, exactly. We need to go more confusing.
Is it confuseception?
Sorry?
Quite possible. Confuseception, yes.
Confuseception, yeah.
If anything, you know what? Nolan could probably pull off the dark and gritty world of Neo Tokyo for Akira.
Yeah, but
what he did with Gotham and the Dark Knight trilogy, that could work. But the thing is, it has to be more almost post-apocalyptic, basically.
Yeah, it's almost post-apocalyptic, and the thing is, I don't think he can do sci-fi. Well, I mean, he did the thing. How is it called?
Interstellar.
Yeah, Interstellar. But Interstellar is like a more confusing, more philosophical and complicated version of 2001 and A Space Odyssey. Akira has a lot of dark and gritty moments, but there is also action. There is a lot of, explosion, mutants, stuff like that. Christopher Nolan can do that.
The question is, how do they do where do they set it? I mean, if they don't set it in Tokyo, you'll have the purist run. But not everyone will want to see the movie set in Tokyo. Like it or not, you do sometimes have to make alterations for commercial reasons. Like it or not, that's something that we have to do.
You know where they could set it? Midway, but that's never going to happen. I think they could set it in Seoul.
Korea?
Yeah, because Seoul is the closest thing to a future sci-fi city you can get right now.
Yeah. That would set them cat amongst the pigeons in Japan. The Japanese and the Koreans still don't get on very well.
Yeah. But the connotation there with Akira is it's a major megalopolis in the middle of decay. So it's more of up to a certain point. It is something of a political message there about society.
Yeah.
And not just technology.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't think this is going to work because already the anime movie lost a lot of things when they adapted from the manga, and I bet you whatever you do want that the Hollywood version is going to lose a lot of the stuff that from the movie, which was already
Yeah. So I've just realised something.
What?
It prophesied that the Olympics were going to be held in Tokyo in 2020, which they are.
Yes. So
they're gonna they're gonna have to pull their finger out if they want to get it made without it.
Yeah.
To set it in 2019. But yeah, right. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, moving on. This one I'll leave it to you because I never watched this series.
Oh, Alien Nation.
No, never watched Alien Nation in my life.
It was
Go ahead,
it's
Rob.
a 25-year-old show based on a 26-year-old movie. It's the basically an alien ship appears above Mojave Desert. Not sure what it is, but turns out there's 250,000 alien slaves on there. And then what do we do with them? They get integrated into Los Angeles society. And one of them's a cop, and they're investigating things because what do the aliens bring with them? They have various cultures, and we've got some technology.
That sounds. That sounds
I quite like this.
Yeah.
I quite liked it myself.
Yeah, with Alien Nation, both the movie and the TV series, it right nowadays it would come off as a modern version of NCIS. NYPD Blue, all those cop dramas, and with a little bit of buddy cop stuff going on, but it would be more of a lot of thinking, a lot of discovering, and a lot of talking, as Ross said, immigration, other cultures, other species.
Well, this could be actually an interesting, and I mean that could actually be a series of show. I mean, they're going to make a series of movies out of this, and with the teams like that. That could really go well. I mean, the times we live in. That could really make a very interesting movie if they just go further, So that's probably why they're never going to do it.
Yes, that's probably why it'll go horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Right, next up, it was a French language film. Yes, French language.
Yeah.
It's about, It's about, I believe, a man of Algerian descent is in a prison. It's a French language film, possibly French, but I do know it's in French language.
Yes, Sony has now taken out an option for an English language remake, so it's French probably. Yeah, Jacques Audiard. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, my comment on that is learn to read subtitles.
Yeah, he was hired to write a screenplay at the end of 2013, but there's been little word on the movie since then. Okay, I have no opinion on this, really.
I haven't seen it, but this is, like Ross said, a lot of movies that are remade from another language, either you get it really right, or you learn to speed read subtitles.
Yeah,
I can do that.
What I tended to do, the subject to subtitles, was because, let's say, 15 years ago, I was working. I used to work quite late. I used to not finish work till 10 p.m. So I'd come home, I'd watch a bit of TV, but sometimes during the summer it's too hot, so I'd open a window. But I was on a street-facing room on a main road, so there's a lot of traffic. So I'd put subtitles on. So if a couple of cars go by, you miss half a conversation.
Or to stop by your window because you think you're a drive-by.
Yeah, well, not quite that bad for me. The mean streets of Hinckley aren't quite that bad, but yeah. But you watch something that you know with the subtitles on. You've got to train yourself to it. It takes some work, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Right. Who wants to take up the next one?
Well, I want to take this one because it's the Batman, and it's the reboot of the Batman trilogy series in the DC Nolanverse. Now, the tone they set for the DC universe is basically good only for Batman. That's it. So, this is probably going to be good. Also, Affleck is directing and writing at least the first one on top of acting in it. And, Affleck had to get better as an actor, but as a director and writer, he's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Affleck hangs out with the fat man.
The fat
Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith has his he has geek cred, so I'm pretty sure that they because of the people he hangs around with, and a lot of people are going to be expecting a lot of proper Batmaning to be done there.
Yeah,
not
also,
just.
Also, this is just a rumor, but they say that the movie at least one, if not the first, is going to be an adaptation of the Under the Red Hood animated movie and comic series, as in the comic by the issues by Judd Winnick that brought back Jason Todd as the Red Hood. It's the best and most well-rated animated movie for DC ever, and a very good story, and I personally love the Red Hood. Is my favorite DC character, so I kinda hope that rumor is true.
I say it depends on the tone they go with it. It's hard to see them going with the campy Joel Schumacher tone. So it's Batman's allowed to be dark and gritty. So I'm quietly confident on that one. And let's not forget, Affleck did co-write Good Will Hunting, which won an Oscar for the for its writing.
The man came right.
So, I'm quietly confident on that one.
Yeah, so, also, basically, what's ruining everything else in the DC universe with the dark and gritty tone at all costs, it's probably going to make this Batman movie good. Okay, oh god, Eagle, you take this one, please. Take the next one.
Alright, so, with Disney being fond of their remakes lately, their animation to 3D, Beauty and the Beast.
Why?
Starring Emma Watson as Belle.
Yeah.
She looks good, but that standing bitch face now.
Okay. I mean, first, so Emma Watson is going to do Belle. So he's going to do a character that likes to read, but wants more in life, wants adventure, is very smart, and looks behind the appearances and the social conceptions of society. Yep. Could you get out of your comfort zone, girl? That's what the... Does that sound familiar to you? I mean, wow.
Well,
okay, but
plus, it was technically remade in the horrible bad film Beastly. So which is a guy who had some minor cosmetic damage to his face. I'm a monster. But fucking get over yourself, son.
But at least that didn't claim to be trying to be a live-action version of the original Beauty and the Beast, which, as this list says, was the first animated movie ever to receive a Best Picture Oscar nomination. I mean, the director, Bill Condon, directed Twilight movies. Twilight!
But he did also direct Mr. Holmes, which is the Sherlock Holmes movie with Sir Ian McKellen as old Sherlock Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get a chance to see that properly, but I saw a couple of scenes that weren't trailer scenes, and you go looking and go, this is going to make you tear up, isn't it? This is going to bring the feels.
Yes, it is.
Okay,
Now, my comment on Beauty and the Beast is, why are you trying to remake these now classic Disney cartoons, which are originally other stories from other people?
Yeah.
AKA a fourth remake, unnecessary.
Yeah, also there is the fact that I've seen Maleficent, and it was terrible. I've seen Cinderella, and oh my fucking god, what did they do to Lady Tremaine and the Fair Godmother? Those were some good characters. Lady Tremaine didn't have a wand of, magic power or stuff like that, but she was mean, she was cruel, she was... In the live action, she's a moron! She's like one of those prissy prima donnas. They turned it into a magical chick flick, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that's what they did.
Yeah,
that's what's happening. And the thing is, they're making these cartoon Disney movies into chick flicks. And that's the only issue I have. Don't make it a chick flick.
I've got a vague quick theory on this one, which we'll probably which probably won't have time to offer a rebuttal on. But you notice how Tumblr really loves its Disney princesses,
Yeah.
and BuzzFeed loves them as well. What if, imagine what they would look like if they had more realistic body proportions or what have you. So maybe they're just remaking it for that crowd.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Before the Beauty and the Beast cartoon, animated feature came out, there was a 3-year Beauty and the Beast TV series.
Oh yeah,
America, in 87, and that
did
one was
George
actually,
R. R. Martin write some of that?
I believe so.
He may have written a couple of episodes. I don't know if they had ones with people being beheaded or murdered at a wedding or anything, but you know.
And you know what? For being a cheesy 80s American series, it actually was pretty solid, pretty decent. It made you. It was more of a sensitive guy with a monstrous face, assisting a modern young lady of New York, and it's like
you know what? I don't know, but you know what? That was my final thoughts. I would accept this if they made it a musical, because just imagine Gaston's song live action. That's one of the. That's one of the most fun villain songs ever, because people are having a good time with this guy plotting and just talking about how cool he is and stuff, but they're having fun there. I mean, wow. Can you imagine that live action?
You know what? If they made it a musical, kind of like
Chicago,
like it is Phantom of the Opera, but just cheese it out to the max and enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly.
That would work. That would so
if they make it like everybody's having fun, then that'll come across and we'll have fun too.
But no.
But hey, the next one?
It's even worse.
Yeah.
It's even worse. The director of Wanted. Tell me what the fuck does Wanted have to do with Ben fucking Hur?
To quote Nigel Buckland, unmitigated arse juice.
No. Okay, here's my take on that one. They're remaking it. Why? Because they can, for some reason or another, they cannot take what's farthest back that can be found as stock footage and make it HD.
Yeah, but the problem is, it's never going to be the same thing. It's never going to be good. I mean, Ben-Hur it's like, the Magnus Opus of the Colossal era? I mean, they do everything with CGI today, especially large crowds. Can you imagine watching what this shit is going to be side by side?
Oh, well, I say, and a good film print has so much resolution on it. You can get a great deal from just even a standard 35mm print. But yeah, oh bloody hell, that chariot race is going to be atrocious if it's all CGI. But there is one small chance of it actually not being unmitigated arse juice.
Will you really? Why?
I've just had a twisted thought which would make it brilliant.
Yeah?
They get the people who did the action on Mad Max Fury Road to do the chariot race. Because, proper physical impacts and things, and, you see it. I'm not saying, like, flames and jumping off things or anything like that. That would be cool,
what about the
realistic.
What about the lions? What about the lions?
Yeah. Yeah, but so like if you got someone who really knows how to do stunts with proper physical things to do the chariot race, then it could be worth watching.
Yeah, but it's not also only the chariot race, the stunt. It's how can you replicate that feeling of epicness, of enormous?
Yeah.
How can you do that with CGI? I still have to see. I mean, I think it could be done, but
with visitors, yes, but not with crowds.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's there's something in our minds that says, okay, this is CGI. This is not real. It's not visceral. You can't really. Your body says you're not fooling me.
Yeah.
yeah, they're not quite Uncanny Valley type thing, but I know what you mean. It's like, yeah, I can no, it's, for example, Avatar, Pandora.
Yeah, that
So
was good. That was done
that,
well.
that was beautiful vistas and everything, but you could tell something wasn't quite right. But
Yeah, but at the same
crowds,
time, I had to say,
yeah, crowds have to be real crowds for them to work properly.
Yeah, but at least that came close. I mean, Avatar felt big, mostly because of the technology they used. Because it wasn't pure CGI; it was actually people doing motion capture. So yeah, they felt more like actual people. So I think that's the closest we ever gone. But that was I think the only movie ever filmed in full 3D with motion capture. So yeah.
Yeah. Listen,
We'll see.
we'll see. We've not even seen trailers for half of the things on this list.
Yeah.
So.
Moving on, this next one scares me. Like, really. Really scares me.
Big Man Japan.
No.
What?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is that? A troll doll? A giant troll doll?
It sounds like it's a cult thing that...
Japan, of course. Well, okay.
If you could accept it for what it is, if you go in with the right mindset, I'm sure it's brilliant fun. A guy turns into a giant monster to save Japan, a giant hero to save Japan from lots of monsters. I can see why you'd want to try and make that.
Yeah, but
I don't know how I feel about it, because big budget means it will look nice, but some of these things.
The script. The problem is the script, because this is going to be a comedy, and there is nothing worse, as someone said, than a bad comedy.
Oh yeah, the very few things as unfunny as bad comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, and the writers don't really give me that much trust.
Yeah.
Clash of the Titans and R.I.P.D. Oh my fucking god.
Oh, I saw the last sequence of R.I.P.D.
Okay, good thing it's
absolutely horrible. Right. The next one's probably just as bad. Big Trouble in Little China.
I so hope if it does right, because
from what I read, it could.
The original movie itself was so much delicious cheese.
Yeah,
delicious 80s cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, but this could work though because of the people involved. Because there was Kurt Russell, there was delicious cheese, 80 cheese. And in this, the main character is going to be played by Dwayne Johnson.
Yes.
The Rock.
The Rock does cheese better than anyone right now.
Oh yeah, the Rock has a wonderful sense of humour. He's got a lot of charisma. And the fact that he is so chunky does kind of fit in with the whole everything is all kicked up a notch, turned up to 11 for all our action heroes and everything. So he really fits. So
yeah, also
my notes on this is unnecessary, but you know what? I'll give it a go if Johnson is Jack Burton.
Yeah, also he said that Johnson wants John Carpenter involved in the remake. So if they could get those two together, maybe.
It could work.
Yeah.
The thing is, the thing is that they need to find that gray area of using enough makeup for the cheesy stuff, enough
for the main villain,
enough hardware to do stuff be happening. And if they have to use CGI, don't make it to look so fake or so artificial.
No,
you need to get enough actors to pull off all the random mooks, and not be afraid of Little China. Oh, this is so racist. It's not. It's supposed to be one of those old school zombie movies, but not quite a zombie movie.
Zombie movie, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a chop-socky zombie. And the whole idea of Little China, it's set in a Chinatown, an enclave of Chinese descent, people of Chinese descent. That's how they refer to these things. That's how it is.
Yeah, I mean, Big Trouble in Little China. The title.
The title tells you all. it could be great, but it could be bloody awful.
We'll see.
Anyway,
the next one is going to be it's going to be bloody awful. Will, take this. Explain.
The Birds. Yes, the Alfred Hitchcock classic. Now, you may recall, back in 1998, 1999, there was a shot-for-shot remake of Psycho.
Yeah. With the guy from Wedding Crashers.
Vince Vaughn.
With Vince Vaughn playing Norman Bates. That was... Wow.
Yes. Why, Mr. Gus Van Sant? Why?
Why?
Well, the answer to that was so Universal Studios could maintain the rights to it.
And now?
And make a quick buck. But yeah, The Birds, I don't see how this is going to work because one of the listed producers is Michael Bay.
No, it's not only... It's not only one of the listed producers. The rights for the movie have been bought by his company, Platinum Dunes. So, it's going to be involved no matter what. The Birds, Transformers, Hitchcock, Michael Bay.
There's one thing which could make this brilliant. It does involve a big departure from the original source material.
Oh, really?
Yes. It goes part Jurassic Park.
Okay. Yeah.
In that you get somebody deciding to
genetically modify bird animals.
Birds.
All giant bald eagles, because fuck America, right?
Yeah, fuck
America! Yeah! Okay, seriously.
Yeah,
serious question to Michael Bay, if he's listening. Are you trying to get yourself killed? Really? How many other people are going to piss off? Because this is big. You're going to piss off the fans of Hitchcock, and those are the baby boomers.
Yeah, I don't know how this happened. The next one on our list,
I don't really know much about this.
Is The Black Hole, which is a 1978, 1979 movie. Certainly late 70s, early 80s. It's a Disney family thing.
Oh.
It could work. It could work with a more polished version, I suppose, but I don't see any need for it. But especially with the team behind it, who's the director of Tron Legacy and one of the Prometheus writers, John Spates.
Oh.
But I don't know. I did see a draft of the Prometheus script, or when it was in development, possibly called Alien Engineers. I'm not sure how much, if that one was Spates. If it was, then...
Well, it says that this thing is probably in limbo because Kosinski was supposed to make Tron 3, but it's not going to happen, so they don't know Black Hole what's happening. Yeah. Okay.
If anything, like Ross says, for Black Hole, it's one of those, not necessarily feel good, but it was one of those live action movies that Disney pumped out in the 70s and early 80s. And up to the almost up to the 90s, where live action meant heroes' journeys. They meant not necessarily wholesome, but you learn something. It's something of an Aesop fable, and the effects on that one for the age, they're very good. And even then, for example, like I said, a lot of these you can get a lot of these series or movies from Disney. You can get away with just doing the HD re-release.
Yeah, and well, they tarted up the effects for Star Trek: The Original Series. Maybe they could do it for this.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Eagle, you can take this one.
Wait, I forgot my my vampire trance rave music. Hold on. Blade.
Okay. Blade.
You know what? That'll be good.
That'd be good.
To bring him into the Marvel universe, that would work.
Yeah, that could be good.
I mean, I bet you would. Okay, says that there is been heard little else other than conversation between Wesley Snipes and Marvel Studios. But I'll tell you what, if Deadpool does a big buck, Blade is going to happen.
I could see that. So yeah, Blade was R-rated.
Yeah,
and I quite enjoyed. But there was also a Blade TV series, which ran for 13 episodes.
Just a season, like most stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know how that good that was, if I'm honest.
If anything, they don't even need to reboot Blade. They just need to stick him in a movie.
Yeah, he's a fucking vampire. So.
Yeah. If Wesley Snipes has been keeping himself in good shape, then yeah, it could work. I mean, the two things that would really make the Blade reboot, remake, or next Blade movie, for lack of a better term, work, are hard R, tie into the MCU. Now, those two could getting those two criteria together could be very challenging because, well, the rest of the MCU it's basically PG-13. So
pretty much.
So suddenly we've got some guy who's decapitating vampires and all sorts next to the wholesome Captain America. Hard to see that gelling, but
surprisingly,
he's got to do dirty work.
Yeah, but surprisingly, you know who out of the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, who's the character who has had the most interaction with Blade and vampires? Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah?
Right.
Yeah, he had like a character in the Spider-Man universe, a comic, anti-hero, enemy, sometimes, Morlock.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it's complicated, but out of the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, the character who has had more encounters with vampires so far has been Spider-Man. So that could be interesting. I mean,
yeah, for the longest time, Spider-Man was kind of like the go-to for something weird, something strange, something not... something completely out of the norm with monsters and villains.
Yeah, but, well, maybe they could use Blade more... I mean, they could make the one happen.
Yeah.
Hoping one more day doesn't happen.
Well, I think we all are on that one. The next one, The Blob, which is so if I remember correctly, and I've been wrong before, and unless I die in the next 5 minutes, I'll be wrong again. It was it's a 50s horror movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Starring a young Steve McQueen, if I remember correctly, as well.
Yeah,
I could see it working, because people do like a good bit of schlock. I mean, if it's done right. I mean, they did sort of parody the monster movie genre thing a few years back with the old Eight-Legged Freaks, monster spiders.
Yeah.
No, that was good fun.
That was good.
I mean, it was good fun. It was schlock. You understood what it was. With a title like Eight-Legged Freaks, you're not going for anything wrong. You know what you're getting in for.
Yeah, the director attached is Simon West, who directed Con Air. That's one of my favorite action movies,
Yeah. Here's the thing, with The Blob, the thing is they have to learn from the remake they tried in '88 that tried to be so dark and scary.
No,
they need to be just completely cheese on this one.
Yeah, pretty much.
You've got to get the right tone for it. Give people, you've got to put a smile on their face when they make sure they come out with a smile on their face. But also, Simon West did direct one of the Blade Runner movies.
No.
Not Blade Runner, Tomb Raider movies. I do apologise for speaking there. Yes. I think he directed the first Tomb Raider movie.
But yes, Rod, that was Steve McQueen in the original Blob.
Good. Well, who's going to live up to the legend? Moving on, we have Bloodsport. One of the most iconic Van Damme movies. And... okay, so co-writer of Tekken 2, director of 2 movies I have never heard of, but here's...
sorry,
here's
Clear
what...
and Present Danger is quite good. That's a...
Which one?
Clear and Present Danger. It's a Jack Ryan story with Harrison Ford. And Rabbit Booth Fence is a relatively low budget Australian drama about mixed race Aboriginal families. Yeah.
Okay. But here's the deal. They say, I quote from here, it's still in the works as we understand it, and the plan is apparently for a film that's more character-driven than the original. Motherfucker. You're remaking a Van Damme movie called Bloodsport. What the fuck does character-driven have anything to do with that?
We need to know why these people. We need to know why they're kicking each other in the face. We don't need to know what.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, they're kicking each other in the face because they're going to get paid thousands of dollars. That's all we need. Boom! There you are. It's only going to be worth it if it's hard physical effects.
I mean,
here's the thing with Bloodsport and Van Damme movies and action movies of that type.
Yeah.
The guys went to see it because people kicking their asses in. Girls went in because beefcake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they need someone. I mean, you want to make this kind of movie work? Take the guy who did the stunt for World's End, the Simon Pegg movie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, take, I don't know, someone like Tony Jaa or Gina Carano if you want a female lead, something like that. Give it like a simple but not dumb story, something that's easy to follow but without going too deep. Pick other stuntmen, other people good at kicking ass, and let them do their thing. That's how you do something like this.
There's a reason why we still like all those 80s action flicks.
Get the team behind the Raid and the Raid 2.
Yeah.
Get them. Just tell them, guys, film this script, and boom, you're onto a winner. Because fuck me, the Raid and the Raid 2 kicked so much ass.
Yes,
I can assure you.
The thing is, get the people that worked on Expendables, and they say, okay, but this time no bullets. It's all martial arts.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, the next one is going to be automatically suck, because I never seen Blue Thunder, but any kind of movie that's going to be oversaw by the same people who oversaw the transition to the screen of 50 Shades of Grey as a producer is going to suck.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Well, I saw Blue Thunder. I have it on DVD. I also saw some episodes of the TV show that ran in the 80s. In the movie, Roy Scheider checked his sanity with his watch.
Okay, so also they're going to change the helicopter into a drone.
Fail.
Okay, fail.
The thing with Thunder is, the whole thing is, it's a test pilot for a helicopter, and finds out about bad people doing bad stuff. Time to be the hero.
Nope, he's a drone.
The whole part of the whole thing of Blue Thunder is it's an Apache gunship. As a police helicopter, you could write a brilliant satire or a social commentary on the militarization of the United States police forces.
Oh my god, that would be great! No, instead a drone, which means there's not going to be anyone inside, because drones are all remote controlled.
Yeah, there's no peril for our protagonist.
Oh my fucking god!
If he's sitting on his fat ass piloting with joysticks rather than flying into a riot zone where people the NRA or you got good nuts firing high caliber weapons at him.
Oh my god! And the same guy. Okay, so the producer, but the same guy is also writing the script for Thor Ragnarok. Oh my god! And I thought the Dark World was bad.
Yeah.
They don't get the cheese. They don't get the cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. We have a remake of Cabin Fever.
Why?
Yeah, also without Eli Roth attached.
Why?
We don't need to see another horror movie set in the woods. We
Yeah, but
thousands of them.
Yeah, but remaking one shot for shot.
Why?
Who the hell asked for this? I mean, Cabin
Nobody.
Fever still holds up. It's from 2002. Who asked for this?
Nobody.
Well, the same people who probably asked for another Charlie's Angels movie. Oh, excuse me.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the first Charlie's Angels movie.
That was
saw that one on the big screen. That was dumb fun.
Yeah, dumb fun, exactly.
I might have seen Full Throttle. I can't remember. I mean, the original one, Charlie's Angels movie had. I remember that one having Sam Rockwell in, and he did dance in it. You know, that's the thing. If a film's got Sam Rockwell in and he doesn't dance, it's no good.
Hey, Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell, who should have been nominated for an Oscar for his work on Moon, which holds up today. Yeah. It's a low-budget, character-driven piece. It's spot on, and it had very minimal CGI. You know it's good CGI when you don't notice it because it's just
true.
Tweaks on certain things. But Charlie's Angels. I don't see we need. Say the movie.
Yeah,
movies are terrible, but TV wasn't good.
Yeah. Also, they don't have a writer, but the rumor director is the director of Pitch Perfect 2, Elizabeth Banks.
Well, here's the thing. The thing is,
I haven't seen the Pitch Perfect movies.
It depends on if you want to pay attention to them or not. But for Charlie's Angels, the thing is, Charlie's Angels held and carried the banner for girl power movies.
It was jiggle TV.
Yeah.
It was popular because it had three hot ladies in skimpy outfits kicking ass. Which, hey, women, there are countless women out there who could kick my ass, so, But the point is, it's not high concept, it's not cerebral, it's PG-13 porn.
It's
basically. Movie. Yeah, I fear that they're going to make it like a dark and gritty version of Totally Spies. That's going to be.
Wait, you mean it wasn't already one?
Okay, moving on. Cliffhanger. The Sylvester Stallone movie.
I don't see why. It's not needed.
No.
Talk of reboot came from producer Neil Moritz, who's overseen the new Total Recall and 21 Jump Street.
Okay, 20 Jump Street was good. Total Recall
was bad.
Yeah.
Was it Total Recall the remake based more on the novel than on the Schwarzenegger movie?
In that they didn't go to Mars in the remake, yes. Everything else, no. I've heard that it's a short story from a
writer. Okay.
Yeah, and I've got a 2-part adaptation that's read to you by Hawkins, William Hawkins.
Oh, yeah. So?
The guy who played Porkins in the original Star Wars.
Okay. Now I get it.
So if you want the original, but it's not needed. This cliffhanger.
These are another of those movies that they do it because they know the name, they're gonna go see it, easy money. But I think that mine is expiring pretty fast.
It doesn't always work.
Yeah, we talked about this offline, and let me bring this in. That it's one of those movies that when it came out, it was high concept because it was extreme sports. It was so awesome. It was so cool. And now it's like, whatever. The shock value is diminished greatly. So it's like,
Yeah. Also, I repeat, if like a British comedy has some of the best action stunts I ever seen in movies, you kind of lose the footing on that.
Yeah. Well, the next one is
what?
Speaking of British comedy,
you haven't seen the original Clue movie Clue?
No. I have seen it. I mean,
Mrs. Peacock was a man.
Yeah. Also there is the. I mean, it's Tim. It's Tim. How can you go?
No. It's like there's just no need for this. It is. It's director Gore Verbinski, the guy who mangled the Lone Ranger.
Oh, expands the narrative to a global stage. What the fuck?
Then it's not. Then it's not an evening's murder mystery. It's a bloody globe-trotting spy thriller.
Oh yeah, that's a. Oh my god.
Well, the 1990s teen. Well, yeah. Sorry, you got.
Okay, the
Clue as having played it, having watched the original movie, it's one of those situations where literally less is more.
Oh yeah,
it's a fucking murder mystery.
Exactly. Keep it simple. Keep it concealed or construed into a
concentrated, focused.
Uh-huh.
That's how you
if
do.
If you want to make it slightly comedy, go. It's okay to make it give it some comedy. It's okay to work the cheesy angle on this one, or you can go completely dramatic and like ooh and make it high concept. That will work. Also,
we got to expand the narrative.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
The Craft. What's The Craft? I never seen it. I guess it involves witches.
Yes, witchcraft teen movies with Neve Campbell.
Oh wait! Is that like the one where 3 fake witches go after befriend a real witch, but she doesn't know, and then something like that?
Sounds vaguely familiar. It's been a long while. I remember it being quite popular when I worked in the video shop. So.
Yeah, the thing is about The Craft, it was like girl comes into town, doesn't fall in with a popular crowd, finds out there's looks like magic, and then goes in with a group of girls that become witches.
Yeah,
and
I saw that.
Cool girls,
I saw that then. The only good thing about that movie was the villain girl. She was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So
that's one of those movies. Like, if you're gonna rewrite it, what's the take on it? Where are you going with this? Are you trying to explore Wicca? Are you trying to explore magic? Or are you just gonna do another excuse to put 4 hot chicks on screen?
You know what? When it comes to these kind of movies, I mean, I'd like them to try and do it like, okay, there is this movie that didn't really work the first time. It's kind of forgettable. We try to do it right. Like, no alternate takes, no alternate visions. We just try to one-up the original. Because here, you kinda can. You can do that with Psycho, you can do that with Birds, but The Craft, you kinda can.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anything, is like, at least do something that's actually feel like, ooh, Craft, why are they trying to be witches? Do they have a better purpose, or do they just want revenge versus the cool kids?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's kind of, it's different, because nowadays the cool kids are not as stereotypical. Like, you saw it, they did it pretty well in 10-1 Jump Street. Nowadays the cool kids are progressive. They care about the environment. They read comics and play video games. It's still... it's still
no, they play
fake.
walking simulators.
Yeah, it's still fake. Like, it's still putting on airs, but that could be interesting. Okay.
Could be, depends on how it is. The next one on the list,
Creator from the Black Lagoon.
So yeah, it's I can see it working as again with the right amount of cheese on there. The trick is you've got to play it.
It's not going to do that, because as it says, it's going to be part of the Horror Monster cinematic universe, like the same one Dracula Untold was in. and I Frankenstein, I guess. Dracula Untold was sorry.
Yeah, all right. So we've had sexy Dracula, we've had sexy Frankenstein's monster, and now we're going to have sexy creature from the Black Lagoon. I think we might have sexy Wolfman as well next. So
yeah, no, I mean, Dracula was decent.
Wasn't that Teen Wolf?
Okay, Dracula Untold was decent, I must say. I didn't mind it. And I Frankenstein sucked. They made Aaron Eckhart boring. How the fuck do you manage that? And the creator from the Black Lagoon, if they go with the, I don't know, Scarlett Johansson playing the female scientist who discovers the creature. No. I mean,
well, the worst part of that is the
writer. I know
the writer Jeff Pinkner, who worked on the screenplay for the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, but there's also the fact though that the creature from the Black Lagoon is a movie where basically the girl was a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you put together Scarlett Johansson as and damsel in distress? She's kind of a one-trick pony lately, but not a damsel in distress, I must say.
Yeah. Right, well, the next one, I think they should pack it in, because I'm not a superstitious fellow, but the Crow is a cursed franchise.
Yeah.
Let's just say it's a bad idea and move on to the next one.
And thank God this one's stuck in development hell, because that means no one is going to hell for real. Don't try to add more Crow movies, guys.
No. Next up is Cube.
The Cube. I haven't seen this one, but they say it's kind of good, right?
It's good. It's good low budget sci-fi. But it's not. My note on this: it's not necessary, but I can see why they'd want more. However, there were sequels to the Cube.
Yeah, I used to say the sequel or prequel, and they didn't do well, I guess.
There's a reason why they didn't work out.
They lacked the heart of the original.
Yeah, a new version is on the way, and it's going by the name of Cubed. What?
Yeah. Well, the next one.
Das Boot. Never seen
that.
The thing with Das Boot is, you know what? We've actually gotten quite a few TV series out of that since 70s, 80s, and up. And from the thing is, they don't bring him to the States. That's why they don't get him. But what are they trying to do? Are they trying to do like a Hunt for Red October again?
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, but it's going to be a German reboot anyway, so
that could work.
Yeah. Well, it's like you do need to see it. What the best guys is,
we don't know.
Well, it's up for debate, but you do want to at least see the director's cut, which runs in about 3.25 hours or so. So it's a long one, but it's necessary because you feel the claustrophobia, and you think these people are. You think these people were fighting for the Nazis, but you can't. They weren't, because there's some moments on there. You think, well, it's quite a good comedy, because there's a bit where they land in Spain.
In Spain.
In Spain, which was neutral. And then they go to shake the hand of the first officer, thinking he's the captain because he's clean shaven, but everyone else has a proper beard on. And there's a bit at the beginning where the reporter. Photographer character, he was told off by the captain. Says, "Don't take photos now. They don't like it being beaten by such fresh-faced guys. It's not so nice." But
we'll see. We'll see.
Need for it.
There's no need. It's not like. Wow. Okay.
It can work more as a full biopic or like an inspired by real stories kind of situation.
Well, it was.
Or a historical throwback, if anything.
Yeah, but there's going to be a reboot, so no chance of that. Now, the next. This fills me with anger, because this is one of the good movies Italy used to produce. Well, in this case, to co-produce. Don't Look Now.
So it was a bit of a giallo movie.
It's a bit of what?
A giallo, the genre.
Yeah, a bit of that too. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that it's a horror classic for a reason, and one of the reason is of course the directing, the writing, but also the twist. You know, this movie is a very unique movie because of the theme and of the twist of it all. How the fuck are you going to remake a movie which everyone knows because it's a fucking classic and you can find the twist everywhere on the internet?
What? Donald Sutherland isn't at all impressed with the news.
And that's called the reboot plans shameful.
And Donald Sutherland is quite right on this one.
Yeah.
There's nothing more to be said for that, I don't think. Yeah. Unless Eagle's got something.
Ecco, also, I want to go Eagle, then I add my 1 cent.
Honestly, no. I can't. I have no words on this. I'm like,
okay,
what?
Then I have one word.
Why bother?
Okay, then I have one word. Vaffanculo. Let's move on.
That's one word. I thought that sounded like 4.
Oh god, what? Can we move back? I prefer the don't look now. Really? What the shit?
Dumbo. Live action.
Dumbo.
Not only Dumbo, live action.
No.
Not only Tim Burton, Aaron fucking Kruger, the guy who wrote Transformers movies.
So let me get this straight. Tim Burton, live action, Transformers movies, and guys, I mean, okay, there is all those are already bad reasons to make a live action, but there is a bad reason to adapt and remake the movie at all. I mean, it's not the remake, but it's the original Dumbo that can be remade for a single part.
Flying elephant.
No, the crows.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'd forgotten about the racially insensitive crows.
Excuse you. Those crows were awesome. Those were not insensitive. Those were awesome crows. They were bullies. They were awesome crows.
Racially insensitive, awesome crows. Can you imagine the fucking PC correct crowd? Oh my god.
I think, to be honest, I'm dreading the visionary Burton's vision of the pink elephant scenes.
Yeah,
that was already highly disturbing. But
I'm waiting for the acid trip pink elephants.
Yeah, but Burton, he's tired, he's hack. He's got nothing new for us.
Yeah, he does his thing, then he does something bad. He does his thing good, then he does something bad. I mean, it's a hit and miss director now.
Say the least.
Yeah. Moving on, this is a reboot I actually want to see. Because the original Dungeons and Dragons was shit. The second one was I think it was a direct-to-movie or direct-to-TV, direct-to-video, direct-to-TV movie, because I saw the Dungeons & Dragons 2, and that was actually kind of good. I mean, he had, like, all the tropes, all the things of a Dungeons & Dragons adventures, and it kind of worked. I haven't seen the third, but I think it's fucking Dungeons & Dragons. It deserves another chance at being a good movie.
It does. I've seen that when it came out on video, and I may have referred to it as dungholes and drag queens.
Yeah, doesn't have any information about it. So
about anybody else, David Leslie Johnson. That's not a name I'm familiar with.
David Leslie Johnson. Let's see here. One minute. There we go.
What does IMDb say?
David Leslie Johnson has worked on Wrath of the fucking Titans.
Okay, that can work.
Orphan, Red Riding Hood.
That can work. The thing is with Dungeons and Dragons, they have to go not high concept, but fantasy. Full on fantasy.
It's fucking Dungeons and Dragons. Don't make it.
It's going to be hard to be worse than the original.
Yeah, but
that's going to take more effort to make it worse than the original. Than
but also, you know what the Dungeons and Dragons movie should be like? It should be like a fantasy version of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
it should be the long lost bastard child of Guardians of the Galaxy and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, basically, because that's Dungeons and Dragons in a nutshell. Dungeons and Dragons isn't the best. You can role play with it, but it's more useful for adventures where people get together, have fun, kill the bad guy, and get treasure. So, yeah, make it, the bastard child of Lord of the Rings and Guardians of the Galaxy, and you got your Dungeons and Dragons. Please do that.
That would be brilliant. That would make me want to see it.
Yeah.
But, we'll see when the trailer comes out, and I'll go, oh god, that looks awful. Because a lot of trailers do make things look awful these days. So
yeah. Also, there is a few trailers that reveal too much, but that's another story. The Entity. What's The Entity?
I have no clue.
It's a horror movie
from 1983.
It sounds like it's people still cashing in on that 80s nostalgia, which it's been going on for longer than the 1980s.
Yeah.
So, we'll ignore that one. The next one, however,
even The Simpsons has started cashing on 80s nostalgia. Did you see the most recent couch gag?
Yes, that was good.
That was kind of awesome. That was
Easy Rider.
That was pure 80s. That was pure 80s.
That was good. But the next thing on our list is the thing which should have a lot of alarm bells ringing.
Da da da. Da da da.
Escape from New York.
Dun, 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 dun.
There's a reason why Snake Plissken is literally the reason why we have Metal Gear Solid.
Yep. Yeah. Kurt Russell was just that good.
Even though on one of the Metal Gear things, Snake looks a bit like Michael Biehn from Aliens. But never mind that. Anyway, Escape from New York has already been remade as MS1 or Lockout with Guy Pearce.
I haven't seen that.
That's quite cheesy, that is. That's executive produced by the French guy. His name's escaping me. The guy who directed
I don't know. Well, I think I don't
his name's gone.
Okay. Well,
but yeah,
this is I don't know.
Luc Besson, that's what it was. It was produced by Luc Besson. Escape from New York. It's been remade in space. That's all. We don't need this.
Well, I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I'm gonna go and be an heretic, but I think right now could be the right moment to remake it. I mean, John Carpenter is attached as an executive producer. Joel Silver is directing. But the thing is, nowadays they won't. I mean, there is the trope. I mean, people want. They make dark and gritty because dark and gritty. And Escape from New York is fucking dark and gritty. There's a scene where a prostitute gets eaten by cannibals, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, but the thing is, Escape from New York and further Escape from LA, that is basically year one of post-apocalyptic Earth.
Yeah. And I think they could make it work. I mean, it was fun, and they can make it dark and gritty. They can do a lot of good social commentary about a police state, as Yeah, so they could make this could be an interesting movie to remake right now in this time period. So we'll see. There is it's a little quiet on the casting front, but we'll see.
No, well, it depends on who gets a writer. If you get smart enough writers, then perhaps.
Yeah, we'll see.
Explorers. I know nothing about the original.
No, I never seen it.
And I'm seeing people who wrote Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on it. I'll pass.
Moving
Fantastic
on.
Voyage.
Fantastic Voyage. I never seen the original, but I think dozens of parodies of this.
Yes, but that was remade as Inner Space, in a way, in the 1980s.
As it was more of a comedy. The thing in Fantastic Voyage was the ultimate sci-fi / educational movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you know what? Considering from the Den of Geek note on here with James Cameron and Guillermo del Toro.
Oh,
imagine
David Goyer writing a script. Okay, this could actually be fucking good. Yeah, James Cameron producing, Guillermo del Toro directing, and David Goyer writing.
Yeah.
Oh my
God. The thing is, the only thing I would say, don't ruin it by making this some epic story. It's like, make it something that you can make it a general great experience,
dude,
and somewhat educational like the original, but it was more like it's all sci-fi.
Yeah, but I mean, if they get Guillermo del Toro, this is going to work because no one does, crazy, particular, but eclectic imagery like Guillermo del Toro. So if they get him on this, it's going to work.
We'll also get Ron Perlman.
He's going to be a scientist, probably.
Or he'll be the gruff mechanic who knows how to fix their tiny submarine. Well, actually, it could work if they do it right, and they put it as the right character. Who they're trying to save. If they do it as, it's a really fat guy, or this is the dangers of having too much fatty food and what have you, of a bad diet. So, it could work.
Okay. Then we have Flash Gordon.
Flash!
What? What the hell is that? Okay, that was...
Eagle showing us he doesn't have quite the same vocal range as Freddie Mercury.
No, nobody does that. Nobody has the same vocal range as Freddie Mercury.
Right, so the Flash Gordon. Now, there's the original series...
Yeah, because it was a TV series, right?
Yeah, it's the Old Republic series, which you'd show every week at the cinema, because it was made before there were TVs in every home. Now, it depends on which route they want to go, because there's no way you could get away with anything as camp as the version, the 1980 version.
Yeah,
the director who directed the original Get Carter. That's quite a filmography. Violent British gangster filler and the campus thing since I don't know ever.
Okay.
It depends on which tone they want to go with. It could work brilliantly, but it all depends, say, on the tone. How do you want to do Flash Gordon? How would you do Flash Gordon in a way that wouldn't look, I would say upset people, but would be original and inventive enough to make you think, people are going to ask, is he going to have Queen on the soundtrack?
Samuel Jones is expressed interest in reappearing. We'll have to see. I need to brush up on my Flash Gordon culture because I don't really have an opinion right now. I do.
Yeah, the thing with Flash Gordon is take a pretty much awesome guy and making literally the savior of the universe in a future past future aliens invading things, but it's like where do you go with this? How do you?
Yeah, it's a
turn off your
bitch to
brain, don't
adapt.
think about
It's
it,
a
and
bitch.
enjoy it.
It's a bitch to
Yeah.
adapt. Okay.
And would you have Brian Blessed in it?
Well, maybe it could appear in Flatliners. It could be the body. Yeah, so
Flatliners has already been remade. Is that the Lazarus Project or the Lazarus Effect or whatever it was with Olivia Wilde?
It was kind of. I heard
year?
it was kind of bad. You know.
Yeah,
Wasn't that good.
well, probably because when it came out, people were comparing it to Flatliners.
Yeah. Okay,
So yeah, no need. Right.
Okay, so they're getting the director of the original Swedish version of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, the writer for Source Code, Ben Ripley, and it's stuck in development, but they may get Ellen Page as for acting on this.
Maybe. I saw some source code. Unfortunately, for reasons unknown, my Blu-ray player doesn't like playing the disc properly. It gets to scene and it congs out. So, but source code was directed by Duncan Jones, who directed Moon and is doing the upcoming World of Warcraft movie.
Oh, so if that is good, maybe this could be good.
Yeah, it could be. All right, the next time.
Okay. Next page, we go to Flight of the Navigator.
Because you are the navigator.
Yeah.
I love that. It was one of my favorite movies, actually. The thing is, with that, it's gonna be weird because it's the space race. There's nobody's interested in the space race anymore.
Yeah,
that was a big thing of Flight of the Navigator. People, kids wanted to wanted to be astronauts. People want to go to space, and now it's like whatever.
Yeah.
So as much as I love it, this would be just pure. Oh, all those. Remember all those kids? They're parents now.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless they give it a new. I mean, imagine if they did like a Flight of the Navigator remake, and they got astrophysics black guy on it.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
Science fan.
Imagine that.
Or maybe Brian Cox. Professor Brian Cox as opposed to actor Brian Cox. Just to confuse matters. Yeah.
That could also work.
Or maybe get actor Brian Cox playing Professor Brian Cox. That could be quite interesting. But apparently, according to the Den of Geek article, it's been moved on and such because the director who was going to do it is now making episode 9. Nobody knows anything else about that one. So
yeah, so it's kind of in the back burner right now.
Yeah.
So
probably
the next one. Well, the next two actually, but starting with the Friday the 13th remake. But it seems like this is. Stop it, Jason. We're not there yet. So apparently this is stuck in development hell as well because no one wants to write it. Basically it changed hands more times than I change pants in a week. Basically.
Yeah.
I
Go
ahead, Rob.
Oh, so
one or two guys.
What are we going to do with this? Because it's it's an 80s slasher horror movie, and we've seen that attempted. Well, that just doesn't cut it for a modern audience these days. I mean, we go back and watch the originals and go, that was good fun, or that's quite scary and how and what have you. But I don't. The big monster that is Jason Voorhees. I don't see how the basics of the story are going to work for a modern audience. Some films don't work as remakes because
because they're so stuck, so permeated with the soul of the time they're made in.
So some things aren't going to get made because I mean, how would you remake Citizen Kane? Things like that.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yes,
But
right.
you could argue that Friday the 13th was remade several times in its sequels. So
Right. Yeah,
Well,
and both for Friday the 13th and all other slasher films like that, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween,
yeah,
all of
just
those had their niche because people in that day and age, they were still more afraid of a guy in a mask or some supernatural power taking over and trying to get revenge or whatever.
Now people are more scared of diseases and I guess more now they're scared of brown people too. Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, sorry, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true. There is a
yeah. There's I can't.
I mean,
see
there's fucking ISIS. We live in a world where fucking ISIS is a thing. Of course, a lot of people are going to be scared of people that are different from them.
Yeah,
we're scared of terrorism.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But this is not exactly terrorism. Basically, ISIS. Okay, we're getting sidetracked. Let's move on.
Yeah.
We
Move on.
We have the fugitive.
Yeah.
How are you going to? Okay, I don't know. Okay, so Christina Olson to write the script. Seriously, I don't know how they're going to make, because it's not as the script. I mean, I think it was adapted from a TV series. I don't know. It's not so much the story, but the people that were in this fucking movie. You had at the helm. I mean, the main characters were played by Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee fucking Jones. How are you going to top or even equal that?
Nope.
Yeah. Well, we had a sequel to The Fugitive, which was called U.S. Marshals. I mean, it wasn't quite as good. It had Wesley Snipes in it and Robert Downey Jr. It was all right, but it wasn't as good as The Fugitive. But what was it? Won Tommy Lee Jones Best Supporting Oscar. So
So
I don't know. It's
an Oscar. It's going to be.
Here's the thing:
it's just not going to live up. I mean, what I think they're going to do, they're going to to slap the name on it, and then put on some big current action stars. But unless it's Liam Neeson, and okay, so we have one. Liam Neeson could maybe do a good doctor, a good fugitive. But who's going to play the cop?
That's the thing. There is no
because that's the role that wins someone an award. Tommy Lee Jones won.
Actually, I was thinking putting Liam Neeson as the cop who won't stop.
I don't know. I think he would. Yeah, but still, the thing remains. Those movie was made good by two people. We only have one.
Yeah.
Right now, who else could? I mean, we need someone as good as Liam Neeson, as Harrison Ford, and Tommy Lee Jones in action movies. So good actors who can also do action movies.
Yeah.
The thing is, right there is. Let me not. The problem is we don't so much need good action heroes.
We need good actors.
Exactly.
That's why I say we need good actors who are also good at making action.
Yep.
That's rare. That's rare as fuck. That's rare as fuck.
Tom Hardy.
Yeah.
But let's move on. Well, this next one. It's quite a divisive issue on the internet. The all-female Ghostbusters.
I'm still I'm trying to keep an open mind because what I was fearing is that they were going to choose 4 pretty girls instead of 4 funny girls. So as long as those, I see the picture right now. There is only one more attractive than average woman in the picture, so that's one worry. But until I see a trailer, something, I'm not. I had to wait. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to give it a go. Well, I want to give it a chance, but so I've got to wait for a trailer. I'm not feeling confident, but I'm not part of the hate mob on the internet. Think, oh, it's ruined because it's not destroyed my DVD of the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Also, guys, there was no chance this was going to be as good as the original. I mean, not even the sequel was as good as the original, and the sequel at least had Harold Ramis still alive and writing the script. This one doesn't have it.
No, but it's got Paul Feig or Feig. Or,
as a director.
It's director. He did Bridesmaids, which did good business and was apparently very funny. I have not seen it.
No. I mean, yes, that's the director, but is he also the writer? I don't know.
I'd wager he's had a hand in some of the scripting of it, and some of the people on there are actually meant to be quite funny.
Yeah, that's what I heard, but I don't follow SNL and stuff like that, so I don't know. I had to wait. Those are so pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of prefer it this way, because if we had like 4 dudes again trying to emulate, I mean, to at least had the same level as the original guys, that was going to suffer in any way. Any way that
would have so much rage from the fandom, because it's
who's as funny as Bill Murray?
Exactly. Who's gonna supplant Bill Murray, or who's gonna be Bill Murray Jr.?
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. That's kind of work.
A regular reboot would be on a hiding to nothing. So doing it all female, I think, is the way forward for it.
They say that also that I mean, I don't know if this is going to be or not to be, because they say that if this works, they make a Ghostbusters universe, and they're going to have also a male team with Channing Tatum. But that was cancelled. I don't know. We'll have to see.
If anything, I want to see it more not as a reboot, but a passing of the torch.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah. Moving on. This is not going to work. Ghost in the Shell. Where do I begin?
It shouldn't be called Ghost in the Shell. That's how it starts.
Yeah.
It should be called something else.
First. Second, Scarlett Johansson. I'm sorry, she's good, but with this kind of movies, she's a one-trick pony. Lucy, the Black Widow, I mean, she feels just too fucking similar.
Yeah, well, who's going to be Bateau? I mean, he's awesome.
Yeah, also that, but but I just don't see Scarlett Johansson as Mayor Kusanagi. I'm sorry, it's just no. And also the director is the one that made Snow White and the Huntsman.
Yeah. Well, who's going to be Togusa, and is he going to have an awesome mullet?
Also, where's our monkey man Aramaki? We need some monkey boss man.
Oh yes.
Also, but the how are they going to make the giant spider robots?
Oh yeah.
In a live action.
Oh, are we going to get the Tachikomas?
Yeah, the Tachikomas.
That's it.
Yes. No, they're never going to. I mean, I think they're not even going to try, because with the way they do things in Hollywood, unless they go full Guardians of the Galaxy style, they're never going to do the Tachikoma justice. I'm sorry.
There's that, and taking a page out of a movie that would have worked but just didn't. Aeon Flux.
Mm-hmm.
The world of Aeon Flux, you know what? The way they made it in the movie looked too clean.
Yeah.
And this is a Ghost in the Shell it's a sci-fi police drama.
Yeah.
Well, police military drama, and it has to be dark, but not in a dark theme. Well, a little bit of dark themes, but the coloring has to be not bright. It has to be. It has to make you think. It's not just guns and one hot robot chick, but there's a lot more to think about.
Yeah, it's got to have the whole what does it mean to be human aspect of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but
we shouldn't prejudge.
Yeah, but we shouldn't prejudge. But the thing is, anime tried and failed for decades to make something that did justice to Ghost in the Shell. And they failed. Even the anime remake of Ghost in the Shell is crap. How is Hollywood going to do any better? I don't know.
Here's the thing. For anime, I'm going to go with their alternate continuities, period. Alternate versions of the same story.
Yeah, like Tenchi Tokyo for Tenchi Universe and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I did quite enjoy Ghost Standalone Complex.
Yeah.
I kinda, but I think the closest anime that comes close to the original Ghost in the Shell is not a Ghost in the Shell spin-off. It's Psychopaths. Psychopaths is the closest thing we get to Ghost in the Shell, I think.
To the manga?
No, it's an anime. Psychopaths, it's an anime.
Yeah, but it's the closest thing to what you want it as.
Yeah, but I'm talking anime, because of course the manga is always better, sadly.
Yeah.
Unless it's a manga adaptation of the anime, in that case the anime is better, but okay.
Yeah, it depends on what comes first. Anyway, moving along.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which is going to change the entire cast, and they're going to adapt the 4th book instead of the second one.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, I saw the English language version, and I saw the first of the first of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo films, the original Swedish version.
Mm-hmm.
And I was impressed with the David Fincher version. I was glad that they kept it in the original setting of Sweden, because obviously many English language remakes they transport it to somewhere where they're speaking English.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
No Daniel Craig, no Rooney Mara, no David Fincher. So
it depends on what style they go for. Because the Fincher version was very good, but I don't know. I've not read any of the original stories, so I don't know. Eagle, you got anything to add?
Eagle?
For Dragon Tattoo, well, the series is. You guys already said it. You know what? Depends on what's how they set it up. It's a shame that they're not going by the books. But as long as they don't try to make it too original, and if they can be a little bit more faithful to the books, might work better.
All right.
Might work or not.
That's
it's a sink or swim there.
Okay, and speaking of sink or swim, we have Going in Style.
I'm sorry, but there's nobody that has the charm of George Burns nowadays.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah. Also,
it's going to be like Space Cowboys or Bucket List or whatever that one was when they were in Las Vegas with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
New Vegas or whatever Vegas thing. It's going to be like that. It's going to, unless you've got really charming actors who aren't hamming it up. And unfortunately, I seem to notice that a lot of actors, when they're on, when they get a certain age, they tend to
old charming actors. So, yeah. Well, they got a charming director at least, because Zach Braff is the director. So. We'll see.
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. This one, I completely agree. we need a new Green Lantern, but
Hope they
not
can
like
fix it.
this. Not like this. Sorry about that.
What? Because it's a Green Lantern Corps?
No, because Green Lantern, dark and greedy. Green Lantern is not dark and greedy.
No.
No, well,
No, I mean,
could do see it before 2020, but yeah.
No, I mean seriously, the oath of the Green Lantern Corps is in blackest day, in darkest, in brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Green Lantern's light. Green Lantern is about light. It's about hope. I mean, it's about justice. It's about this team of pals of intergalactic cops. I mean, it's about camaraderie. It's about people coming together to defeat bigger odds. It's about that's why I love the comics. I mean, because my favorite are the comics where they come together, where there is more than Al Jordan, there is more than Kyle Rayner, there is more than Jon Stewart, or that's the thing. This DC universe is way too fucking dark and gritty. If they apply that to every single movie they make in that universe, Green Lantern isn't going to work.
Yeah, you've got to. Well, the thing is, the Ryan Reynolds version had some fun bits in it, because Ryan Reynolds is a reasonably fun and likable character.
Yeah, but I feel that everything else.
Yeah, well, watching that, you could tell stuff was hacked out. Because one guy I had no idea that Hector and Hal Jordan were friends. Like, they knew each other. Where did that come from?
Yeah.
You know, it is necessary. We will rant about Green Lantern at some other time.
Yeah, and the problem is that Green Lantern, out of the entire DC universe, the Green Lantern is a universe of its own. He has such a rich lore of characters and backstories that go back thousands of years from the beginning of the fucking universe. You can't just streamline that in one single movie. You don't need a Green Lantern cinematic universe to do the Green Lantern Corps justice. And you want to
How's this for an idea? Sorry to interrupt. But the Green Lantern Corps as a bit like, because it's got so much going on and they're doing stuff with weird aliens and that, make it a bit like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
that's kind of my idea too. I mean,
so it doesn't matter what happens on Earth. So Batman versus Superman can, beat the shit out of each other or whatever. But Green Lantern's doing its own thing, and then it comes in and goes, bloody hell, this is a right shithole. Let me fix this up with my magic rag.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'd do it. But they already established that everything that comes out in this fucking cinematic universe has got to be a psychopath dream. They made Superman a psycho, a genocidal, murdering psycho. I have no hope here. I'm sorry. I really have no hope.
For me, it's more of a, like you said, make it like Guardians of the Galaxy. Make it not here on Earth, or maybe call up Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart. Hey, we need you in Galaxy. Blah 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 blah. And then start the action.
Yeah, just how people assume that nobody. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, he's Green Lantern, and then have through the eyes of have him bring up another Green Lantern character who's just coming up. He's explaining everything to him. It's like, oh, this is what it is, and then you got whichever guy who's Green Lantern being awesome, and then he's training up the new guy, and then that gives him thing, and you have whoever is the black Green Lantern, Jon Stewart, is he the black one? I can't remember. I don't read Green Lantern. But then you have your diversity quota because you have the black guy, and then you could have his young female assistant or whatever. Yeah, really. The assistant could be a gelatinous cube. I doesn't really matter. Because, there's so much potential for it if they want to do it, but hey-oh. Never mind.
Okay, moving on. There is another English version of The Grudge, produced by Sam Raimi. I don't think.
For me, The Grudge is The Grudge works because it's so steep in the Japanese niche mythos of Asada, and there is no equivalent in
America.
There's no equivalent in the Western world or in America. Each culture, each nationality, its region has their equivalent, but it's not the same thing.
Yeah, but Europe doesn't have something similar to Japanese ghost culture, let alone fucking America. You guys don't have that old of a culture, I'm sorry. I think Mexico could do a better The Grudge adaptation on you.
Oh, yeah, The Grudge, we can put in La Llorona and fuck, everybody would be scared like shit.
So, yeah, not holding my breath. Then we have Headhunters. Based on a book, it's a Norwegian thriller that was good, but now they're making an English version. There is no really...
I don't know. I know it's on one of the BBC channels in the coming weeks, so I should have to catch that on the iPlayer. So I know the Norwegian version has Mads Mikkelsen in it, I think.
Okay. Then we have a new Hellraiser.
If it's still Clive Barker, it might still work.
It's Clive Barker, but only writing, not directing.
That's good because he's better writer than a director.
Yeah.
Sorry, but some people are better at one thing than another. Yeah. So, they're given the chance, and they've really needed to cut the teeth more before they were given a particular project. It would have been good to spend some time with a director like Roger Corman. Get it done cheap, get it done fast.
Yeah. Also, they're going straight to the origin of the box. Basically, we're going to go on Devil's Island and see the Frenchman who actually made the box in the first place.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Oh god, I hoping they're not remaking that as well. Oh god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You heard stories about the sequel to but...
if anything for Hellraiser, what could be good is all these new generations of sci-fi fans, and mostly and more importantly, sci-fi people that love to do the costuming and special effects, because there's a lot of people that have been influenced by the original by these original Hellraiser and such movies. So I'd love to see if it's not a proper remake, a continuation or kind of like a spin-off or something, but that'd be fun.
Oh, the effects in the original were fantastic. You think, it's quite low budget, but it works. It's the gritty and the physicality of it, and with the corpses coming up from the floor, it's all brilliant. Anyway. The next one on our list.
Okay, let's make it the last one, because we've been here for almost 2 hours, guys. Wow.
Yeah.
We need our sleep. I mean, at least me and Ra do. I don't know about you, Mexican. Privileged.
I've still got a while longer.
Okay, so... Highlander.
There can only be one!
There should only have been one. As the critics always said when the sequels came out. There's...
We'll see.
The whole concept of the Highlander series of some powerful immortals who are fighting to control the destiny of the world, and by killing one, the winner gets the power of the loser. there's so much in there that could work. How I would do this, and because I'm a massive idiot who thinks about some things far too much, is I would do it as a series of relatively low budget films tying in as a cinematic universe, where one film focuses on Connor McLeod, but doesn't have the climactic fight that against the Kurgan where he wins. I mean, he may defeat the Kurgan, for example, but he's not the winner. But then you have different films set on different immortals going in and set in different time periods in different countries.
But I don't know. That's
not all focusing on the bloody McLeod clan. Because that's not what ties the Highlanders all together. It's the fact that they're immortal and they fight each other with swords.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I probably do the same thing. Like, I wouldn't do a remake. I mean, they say that the Kurgan is going to be there, but I would make, because they didn't show in the original. They never shown how this thing actually fucking started. Mm-hmm. Like, where did this Highlander thing came from to begin? Yeah, how did it begin? Where did it come from? Why?
Who decided there should only be one?
Yeah, that could be interesting. That could be interesting because if they just want to go and remake the same movie as the first one, they could make so much more interesting things with the settings. That's the thing. I mean, remaking the same film is not about not making it justice, but they could make so much more stuff with the material they have at hand. They could just go crazy.
Also, who would they get to play Ramirez now?
Yeah, that's I mean, it's going to be in there, but just make it different. I mean, I don't want to see that again. I mean, no. I mean, I don't think people can do it as well, so don't do it the same.
Don't make a remake for remake's sake.
Yeah, I would say I would like to see you have a film where you start off with your character, the first immortal. You start off with the character's mythos, who was one of the original Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse in the TV series. Yeah. People starting from the Bronze Age, and so you go, okay, now this is going on, and then you can have it interact with further immortals, and they have another thing, and then if a glimpses where he meets up with, if you wanted to still have it as Connor McLeod wins the prize, then that's fine, because you've got your narrative plan how it's laid out. You could have. Okay, now we see this fight between these two characters where one dies. I think, oh, okay. And then, but you saw them in the previous film where they were friends, and what's going on. You don't have to all have it as a standard. This happens and this happens, this happens. You can have flashbacks in the film, and you can even have a flash forward to the climactic fight, where you see it from one angle, or you see where it's about to kick off. And then you see other things happen, or something. I don't know how this film makes.
I don't know. I want to see more of the Highlands. We got too little of the Highlands in the original movie, because that's where most of the. I mean, okay, so the final fight, it was important because it was about McLeod, but the problem is everything else before that was just so much more interesting.
Yeah, what about all the other immortals? Where they came from? What was their original culture? What did they adopt from other cultures? What did they learn? What did they have to
Ramirez had a fucking katana. Ramirez had a fucking katana. So where did that come from? Why? I mean, also, it's like Assassin's Creed,
Yes.
Yeah, it's much more interesting when we see not the stuff in the present, also because they didn't really focus on that they really didn't put all that effort in the end, but just they should do an Assassin's Creed done right. Because what I would like to see, I mean, what I thought the original trilogy of Assassin's Creed was going to be, we started with Altair, then we have the Ezio, and then they passed the torch in the Brotherhood, in Revelations. They actually passed the torch to Desmond. I would like to see the series end there, at least Desmond, with an Assassin's Creed set in the present day. Pass the fucking torch, but no. So, what I mean to say is they need to explore the past ages of the Highlander stuff more, and then they need to slowly come to the climax in present day, when everyone kicks everyone's other... Yeah. And that's what I like to see, at least.
That'd be fun.
Pretty much.
Also... would we also be getting the Princess of the Universe?
What are they going to take to cover that?
Nobody.
Oh God! In one of the later direct-to-video sequels of Highlander, they had a cover of it, and it was one of the worst things I'd ever heard.
Who was it from?
I don't know who covered it, but they should all be ashamed of themselves.
That's bad.
Well, they should be ashamed of themselves from being associated with such a terrible film in the first place. But, you know, I think it was Highlander 5? It was, Highlander 5, The Source. It's like, really? And, there's potential for these things if you wanted to go that far, but you wonder whether or not the writers see the potential for the settings of what they're looking at, or if they do see the potential and it's in early drafts, but it gets neutered by executives. Say Max Landis, he did a screenwriter for hire who wrote Chronicle and Victor Frankenstein and American Ultra. So I really enjoyed Chronicle. It was an interesting superhero movie. But it may have been Josh Trank's only good film, but we'll see how that goes. But he was saying that sometimes there's a lot of what you put in on the keyboard gets taken out by other people. So it's hard to know. I mean, because you've got a series of being able to do all sorts of fancy dress up and costumes and settings wherever around the world. You even have the vaguely historical facts where it says, this person was an advisor to this king here and he advised them to start this crusade or advised them against it or what have you. And
yeah. World War II Immortals. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, suddenly, the hero said, no human could have survived that. And it turns out it wasn't a normal human. It was an immortal. That's the kind of thing that would be interesting.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Going crazy here. Maybe one of the high command of the Nazi party was an immortal.
Never know. It's like I know what you're getting there into. It's saying let's play an alternate reality where the
basically the immortals are behind everything. Well, not everything.
It's like what it was like I said. One of the immortals was behind the Nazis. One of the immortals was
not behind, but really involved.
Some of the immortals during World War One, and then going farther back. Let's say one of the immortals was part of the of Troy.
Yeah.
The War of Troy and all that, stuff that affected in reality, and it's like put an immortal there.
Yeah, and certainly you've got a massive multi-generational conspiracy down the millennia.
Well, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, it's not a multi-generational. Yeah. It's an eternal fight more than a conspiracy, but yeah.
Yeah, that's something that's more interesting than what we got with Highlander 3, the Sorcerer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
Yeah,
So
but
basically,
or Highlander 2 and the Zeiss
Yeah.
nonsense.
yeah, basically to conclude, Highlander is it's a Nazu video game. Basically, it's like Fate Stay Night, a very good idea, an execution that doesn't live up to what it could be, to its potential. There is a lot of stuff to be done with it.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say more like Tsukihime, but yeah, Fate Stay Night works because of the potential with all those heroes.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. Okay, guys, last 5 minutes. So I want to continue. To actually continue this, like because we're kind of half the list, so we can continue this in the next Sunday. But I want to know, off the top of your head, all the movies we talked about tonight, which is the one that actually sounds like the worst idea ever to you?
Completely worst idea. Let me go back through these.
The worst? Yeah.
Seven Samurai, possibly.
No, the ones we went through tonight.
Right. The ones we went through tonight, sorry. The Birds.
Yeah.
Or Dumbo. Those are the ones that look terrible.
The Birds. The Birds with the Michael Bay production. I mean,
but then again, I just glance over Das Boot and
I personally will say Dumbo.
Yeah.
Because seriously, why do you need that? Or I kind of want to say The Craft, because where are you going with this?
But no. Okay, so myself, I'd have to go with. Sorry, okay. So you say that I can. I don't want to say the same about. I guess Bloodsport, because more character driven. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you realize what exactly do you have on your hands here? More character driven. Not
what character?
Not
which one?
Say, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to ask, which one are you most looking forward to?
I have to say, I have to say the Batman. The Batman. Because the Nolanverse for DC is fucking bullshit, but not for the Batman movies. Basically, So Ben Affleck is a good writer, and if they get the Red Hood in this, I'm kind of looking forward to see what they do with it. So yeah. Sucks for every other single superhero on the roster, though.
Looking forward to Dungeons and Dragons, honestly.
Yeah,
I'm
I mean,
thinking
they can do worse. I mean,
yeah. So
I
I don't think I could do worse.
Well.
It's either the Dungeons and Dragons or on Green Lantern.
Green Lantern?
Are the most. Yeah, those two, because those are the most necessary remakes on the list so far.
But I'm not that confident for the Green Lantern one, I have to say.
It depends on how they take it. If they do decide to go, well, let's make it a bit like Guardians of the Galaxy in that there's barely anything on Earth because we're dealing with bigger things, because, that's how you work on it. I mean, if Green Lantern gets introduced in, say, in one of the Justice League movies, which he might be, I can't remember if he's been shoehorned into Dawn of Justice or if he's going to be in the next one. But you get your good Green Lantern, put him in your next thing, Justice League movie, so he's introduced to it, so we know who he is, and then have him and the Green Lantern standalone for his Swiss stuff to go for an even bigger threat than what's dealing with Earth. Whole galaxies are being destroyed by Parallax or whoever else.
Yeah, but it's not only Parallax. I don't know why they went directly with Parallax in the original movie, because the Green Lantern Corps deal with the galaxy destroying shit on a daily basis. There is a reason why there is so many of them.
Well, Green Lantern, as what would be considered a normie for Green Lantern stuff. I don't actually know much
Basically,
about the Green Lantern.
Okay,
I don't know enough about the Green Lantern's enemies, I should say.
Okay, just to give you an idea, on a slow day, like if they are doing patrol cop jobs, they stop earthquakes and volcanoes. That's a slow day.
Right. So yeah,
yeah.
You can even get a police procedural into that for a start of it. Here you are, rookie. Here's how we do this. Right.
It's more like a paramilitary stuff. Also, there is Kilowog, so yeah.
Isn't there a unit of racism? SI unit of racism. How many Kilowogs has he said?
Okay, guys, we're over for tonight. We reached 2 hours tonight. That's, I think, a new record. Okay, as always, I have to thank my co-hosts, Eagle Ceres and Will Smith. Thank you, guys.
Not a problem.
We're going to finish this next Sunday. I'm Menoscan from Italy, and I'll see you next time.